What's going on, guys? This is going to be the final video for the Ford Truck Month 2018. You can see I got the 40 Ford Custom pickup. I got this truck done actually beginning of last week, but unfortunately I was under the weather there for the last 5-6 days, and today's the first day I've actually felt half decent to come up here and do anything and actually have got my voice back, so figured I'd do this video. Oh, and there it is. Overall, it didn't turn out too bad. I'm satisfied with it. The story behind this one was somebody's pride and joy that they restored in the late 70s, early 80s, and you know, through time, it just kind of got used less and less, and eventually was parked and tossed aside, and eventually lost its space in the garage and sat outside for a few years, and was neglected, and the paint kind of suffered from it, and then a new owner come in and picked it up and decided to make it their own, and kind of revamped the truck, but they wanted to preserve what was there, the paint job. They lowered it, they put new wheels and tires on it, disc brakes, new engine, and now it's back on the road. So I showed you guys how I lowered the truck, but it still has a rake to it, and it's a little higher in the rear end than what I wanted, and I didn't notice it until actually I put the rear fenders on. There was a pretty significant gap above the tires, which I didn't want that. I didn't want them tucked quite as much as what the front tires are, but I certainly didn't want that great big gap there, so I had to, there's nothing really I could do with it but lower the rear fenders down. And if I had to do it over again, I would cut the bed floor out and actually bring the body down over the frame. And I almost did that, but I thought, no, you're this close. I mean, you're in final assembly. I mean, a half an hour, this truck will be done. Because in the back of my mind, I have a tubbed out, fat fendered pickup. And I would have totally been a different direction. I wasn't going to go that route. I just wanted to get this thing done. So it does set up a little higher than what I want, but it does look good, though. I just personally wanted something just a little bit lower. I used the Pegasus Fat Daddy wheels. You can see I got some disc brake rotors in there. I think those are also from Pegasus. The paint job is what I did. The top of the truck, I went over it with Duplicolor red oxide primer, and then I coated the whole truck with the black primer from Duplicolor, and then I sprayed it with this Rust-Oleum Colonial Red, and then I scuffed it up. Got down into the primer and some spots, and then down into the red oxide in a few areas also. And then I kind of went over it with a little bit of different colors of craft acrylics to kind of give it the little rusted look. I don't think it turned out too bad. And then I give it a couple of coats of Future. Seal everything up. The interior, it's kind of hard to see in there because some dummy got some glue on the hinges, so you can't open the doors, but it's black and gray interior. And as far as the engine goes, I didn't glue the hood on so you could see, and I apologize in advance. I can hear some purists now, but there's a Chevy under the hood. I was originally going to go with the 302 from the 32 Ford Highboy kit, but I'd had to do some work to get it to fit in there, which I'm not afraid to do work, but I don't know what made me think of this, but this 409 just come out of a 57 Chevy kit, and I had it laying here on the bench, and it was sitting on the windowsill, and I just out of curiosity just wanted to stick it down in there to see if it fit, and I'll be damned if it didn't fit in there perfectly. With the 302, I would have had to modify the oil pan to get it to set level. I had to make a new cross member for it. I'd have had to modify the floor pan, build a new transmission tunnel, rework the bottom of the firewall a little bit. And this one, it just fit down in there perfectly. It was like it was made for it. So it's got a 409 in it. It's got a blown 409. Fits down in there pretty nicely. Actually, I think it looks pretty cool in there. So there it is, guys. Ford Truck Month 2018. I just want to thank Tim Holsey for hosting this build. It's a lot of fun. I hope he continues to make this an annual thing, because I do have several more Ford kits in the stash. And definitely look forward to next year and doing another one. Alright, guys. That's all I got for now. Talk to you later.